Hey, Heidi Easley here. I'm going to be here for just a few minutes, but I wanted to take time to answer some of your questions about starting an online business with your creativity. So we have had tons and tons of questions coming through. So I'm going to answer a few of those today. And then as you come on, please tell me your name, your business name, so we can give you a shout out. Also, if you do have questions about is this online business thing for you? Again, I just want to reiterate, we have been talking for the past week about how you can start your very own online creative business. And I know a lot of you are learning from me through doing paint parties, and you're doing paint parties in person, online. And then you start to learn more like, oh, wait, maybe I want to do online painting. Maybe I want to still do my paint parties in person, but maybe I really want to do something that could be online that I could do from anywhere in the world. So, hey, Tammy. Hey, guys, go ahead and give me your business name so I can give you a shout out. And then also, as you have your questions, go ahead and answer them. I'm going to do my best to answer all of them. And then if, again, I'm going to try to be on here around 20 minutes. So I'm going to be answering like rapid fire. We have opened the doors to Paint Party Outer Limits, which is once a year course that I do where I teach you everything that I have learned up to this point. Constantly still learning, but everything I've learned up to this point. So if you have taken Outer Limits, please let us know if you're taking it again. I know some people, this will be their third year taking it. So if you have taken it again, go ahead and let us know as well. Okay, let me give some shout outs to some business names. We have Tammy with Painting Memories. Thank you for being here, Tammy. We have Kellen, Bloomin' Art. Shauna is Pigments. She finally decided on a name. Congratulations. That's a big deal. Hey, Bianca. We have, let's see. Oh, I'm doing great, Jennifer. Thanks for asking. We have Land of Milk and Honey. Carol's is Citrus. Let me see if we can get Carol's up here. Citrus Creek Studio. That's awesome. Very cool. Christine's is This and That Gal. Love it. Love it. Hello, Priscilla. Simple Things Crafting. Oh, so excited about Outer Limits. Oh, that's wonderful. We have Michelle from Lightning Bug Designs. That's a cute name. I love that, Michelle. And let's see, Nicole's is DIY Ability. Am I saying that right? DIYably? DIYably. I think I'm saying that right. Kanae is Kids Create Art. Kids Create Art Program. Okay, awesome. Oh, yay. Holly signed up for Outer Limits. I am so excited for you, Holly. So excited. And Diane's Art Farm. Very cute. Love it. Rochelle's is Sullivan Crafts. Oh my gosh, we have so many. They're coming in fast and furious. We have we have Simple MK Designs, Paint Design and Wine. Oh my gosh, Sue Miller. If you're in Paint Party headquarters, we have an entire training on how to pick a business name. So it's very simple. Very simple. I should do a Facebook Live on that. It's a pretty simple way. And Bianca says Bay Art Collection. Terry's Paint Party. I love that, Terry. Very cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start answering some of your questions. So a lot of times people are like, why teach painting online? What is the difference? I'm in Paint Party headquarters, but what is Paint Party Outer Limits, and what's the difference in that? Let me tell you just really quick the difference, and then I'm going to be answering your questions. And if you have any questions at all, please let me know. I'm an open book. If you know me at all, I overshare, and probably to a fault. Yeah, and I'm so excited for you, Michelle. She says, I can't wait for Outer Limits. So Paint Party headquarters is where I teach you, and I give you every month, which will open the doors to Paint Party headquarters at the end of March. We usually do that twice a year. And I give you painting designs. I give you marketing for all of your paint parties. Everything that you need for your paint parties is given to you inside of Paint Party headquarters. So you can just rinse and repeat every single month. You have a new design, you have new marketing, you're growing your social media, all of that. Well, what happened was a lot of you started learning from me in Paint Party headquarters. And then as you start to know me a little bit more, you know that I love everything to do with online business as well. And so what I've been doing is I've been teaching people through an 8-week course how to build an audience. You know, a lot of you, and you can let me know in your comments, a lot of you have 100, 200, 700. And some of y'all, you know, like Jesse, who I interviewed the other day, went from 700 Facebook followers to over 30, almost 37,000 in just a year's time. So there's so much potential and opportunity online. But a lot of times I have found that, you know, we don't even know what the word funnel means. We don't know what a sales page is. We don't know what an opt-in is. We don't know what a retention rate, like we don't know any of these terms online, a CTA, all of these things can be so overwhelming. And so what I'm doing is kind of taking you from teaching you how to do paint parties to, if you want to learn more, again, this isn't for everybody. If it's not for you, it's okay. Be okay with that. But if you want to learn more, I take you through this 8-week, very, very immersive course that teaches you all of that great stuff. And so I'm very, very excited to help you along this whole path. And again, we start on February 1st. So if you want to sign up for it, just put, or if you want to know more information, just put outer limits. Just put outer limits, and then we'll make sure to get you the link. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start answering questions now. Here are some questions that have been emailed through. I'm going to start with those first, and then I'm also going to be grabbing your emails. I'm sorry, not your emails. I'm going to be grabbing your question right here from the comments, okay? And just a quick little thing. A lot of times people are, you know, I'm very, very careful of who I see to help train me, okay? So just so you have a background, so you know I'm not this girl who just is talking a big talk. Here is the thing, y'all. I have gone from 0 following on Facebook to my mom watching me, one person. Remember, you will grow to now over 160,000 followers on Facebook. Instagram, 0 to close to 8,000 followers on Instagram. Email list, 0 when I started. Now we're close to 100,000 emails. So I want you to remember, went from no business to a membership of over 2,000 members inside of Paint Party headquarters. So I want you to know that it is not easy. It's not easy, but it's kind of like, you know, I was reading a book last night about millionaire success habits. And it's kind of like, you know, there could be, we all want to make, for example, a banana bread, right? We could just try, we could, you know, go visit a place that's made, we could study forever, we could do all these things, or we could just grab our grandma's recipe of banana bread and use that recipe and get the exact results. This is kind of the similar thing. Like, you know, you can do all the things I've been doing over the past 5 years, or you can just go, wait a minute, Heidi's got it in a 8-week course of everything you need to do instead of spending years trying to figure it out. You can use my recipe and make it way, way faster. And so I am very, very excited to share Outer Limits with you. I mean, we poured our heart and soul into this, and we really, really do show up and help you the best we can. At the end of the 8 weeks, is it going to be this booming business you have? No, probably not. But you're going to have the foundation. And if you already have some kind of an audience, possibly, if you already have a pretty good audience. But if you're starting from 0, don't worry. That's where I grab your hand and I help you, and I show you how to create a free gift. I show you how to email your list. I show you how to make emails happen. I show you how to make texts happen. All of these great things to build a foundational online business. So very, very, very excited. Okay, let's see. And I know a lot of y'all, yeah, Sue says, it's a new year and I can't figure out what to do. We have COVID bad in New York. So I have been on a 2-year hiatus from paint parties. Where should I focus? Online, kits, tutorials, groups, any thoughts? Yeah, Sue, you, along with a lot of other people, I think this is why this course has been so successful. I mean, this is our 3rd year. Again, the first year I launched it, I was like so terrified to launch it. And I was just thinking, oh my gosh, if I could just help 10 people, and then 100 of you signed up. And then last year we had 279 people signed up. Here's the reason why I think this course is so valuable is because we know online is not going anywhere. We know online is not going anywhere. And so I think, instead of just continually going, okay, one day I need to learn this online thing. One day I need to learn this online thing. Why not learn it now? Why not learn it now whenever we know it's going to be? So I know a lot of people are really struggling with that, but I can tell you for sure that online is not going anywhere. If anything, if you talk to any of your family or friends, nobody understands how to do any of this online stuff. It's very, very new to the world in general. So I'm excited to share with you strategies and all of these things inside of Paint Party Outer Limits. Okay, so we have Renelle. She says, I'm worried about going all in with crafting. I love it and it brings me joy, but I'm worried about getting burned out with it. I'm worried about the pressure to make money, that it will take away from the love and peace of it. Did you ever experience that? If so, how did you combat it? If no, why do you feel like you didn't? Oh, Renelle, that is a great, great question. Okay, so let me know in here, anybody who is kind of scared to start making money with their creativeness, their craftiness, their artsiness, because they're nervous it's going to take away the joy of it. Let me know if that's you, right? Hey, Pamela. Hey, Brandy. Okay, so here is my answer to that question. Okay, so I want you to think about what you want your life to look like. So I have 3 brothers and a sister. One of my brothers is a great fisherman, like very, very, very good. Like he would get up at 4 a.m, go fishing. He would fish all night. I remember before we ever lived in Florida, we don't live in Florida now, but before we ever moved to Florida for almost 10 years, I remember he would, stay up all night on the docks to fish the entire night. He said that exact same thing. He said, I don't want to become a professional fisherman, or I don't want to do that as a job, because then it's going to be a job. It's going to be a job. And what makes me sad is that he doesn't have time to fish. He's doing his job. And now maybe once every few months, he'll have time to fish for a few hours, but that's it. And so I don't know about y'all, but I would rather run the risk of having some times where, okay, now I have to paint today, but I don't really feel like it, but I get to do it every single day. And I love that. Like, I would rather run that risk and know that I'm spending the majority of my life doing what I love versus the risk of only having a few moments because I've devoted my time to a job that I don't really love. So I think that's a great question. But, just like my brother, because of so many other commitments and other things, he rarely has time to do the main thing he loves. So to me, I think I look, if I'm 95 years old, looking back on my life, what would I have rathered? A few moments of pressure, but most of the time I'm doing exactly what I feel like I was brought here to do, or every day going to a place where I'm like, oh, when can I get to painting? Like I would rather the other. And plus, if you learn how to do this online, you can make a great living, and not just a good living. I'm talking about a significant, great living. Okay, so another question from Angie. She asked, how much does it cost for startup, and what is the continuing cost of owning a painting party? So depending on your online business, so if you're talking about an in-person paint party business, the startup costs are very minimal. What we're talking about right here is an online. So I want to tell you just a quick story about, so like right now I have 3 ring lights on me. I have a laptop on my left. I have a very beautiful desktop in front of me, and I have my phone here. I did not always have all of this when I first started. And here's what I want all of you to hear. Do not compare where I'm at in business or where somebody else you see is at in business, and then all of a sudden think that I got to be there right away. When I first started doing my videos, my phone was not the brand new phone I have a 12 now, but usually I upgrade every year I upgrade to the newest one because I'm on my phone 6 to 7 hours a day, usually, like, answering questions or whatever it may be. Now, here's the thing. When I first started, I had a vase. I had my daughter's selfie stick back when selfie sticks were really popular, and I had it duct taped. And then I had my phone in there, and that's where I did all of my videos. I did everything from my phone that wasn't the newest. Now, here is the thing I want you to hear about that. I was very scrappy. I am still scrappy to this day. If there is a coupon, I'm going to use it. If there is a sale, the other day I was in Michael's and I need the big canvas, but they're not on sale right now. So guess what? I did not buy the canvas. Can I afford the canvas at this time in my life? Yes, I can pay full price for it now. But I need the coupon. If there's a coupon, I'm going to use a coupon. So if you know that you're a person like I am, be scrappy. So for a long time, I used a vase. I don't have the vase here. Oh, here's the vase. Let me show you the vase real quick. This is the vase I used forever. So before I ever bought fancy ring lights, before I ever bought that, I used this vase, a selfie stick, and a lamp, like one of those Pixar lamps. I used a lamp, and I would basically take that lamp, put it, the selfie stick, the lamp was behind it, and it would just shine. And my lighting was all weird. It was crazy. But here's the thing. I was scrappy. I didn't have the money at that time to go buy 3 ring lights right now that are positioned and pointing. I didn't have time. I didn't have a laptop over here that is about to die. Let me plug it in. I didn't have all of that to do. But you have to be scrappy, and you have to use what you have. And then as you build your business, you're going to have things that okay, I need to move to the next level. Here's what I'm going to do. Very, very true. Lisa says, don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 21. Very, very true. Teresa says, what kind of camera do you use? I use my phone. I use my phone. And then right now I'm using my desktop, but I do not have, I know a lot of people put like a fancy camera. I don't do that. I don't do that right now. Again, I don't want to deal with making sure it's all working. Make sure, I'm just like, nope, here we go. I'm going live. And again, how many of y'all stop yourself from doing your videos or doing the next step to build an online business because you're so worried about, oh my gosh, like I got to have this right or that right. Well, if all these obstacles are in my way, I'm tired. By the time I get ready to do a live, I'm exhausted. But if all I know is I got to grab my phone and go live, guess what? I'm getting it done. I'm getting it done. Okay, so be scrappy, Angie. Be scrappy. And then my expenses right now are not what your expenses are going to be starting off. I mean, right now my expenses are way higher because we have, again, we went from building an online business to me doing, I remember, a boot camp for 10 people. And just being like, oh my gosh, I'm helping people online all across the world. This is crazy. I remember just being so excited helping those 10 people. I am just as excited now that we help over 2,000 every month. But again, it didn't start like that. It started small. And I think people forget and they think, oh, it just happened. Heidi did a launch and now she has over 2,000 members in her Paint Party headquarters. No. It started with a launch. I did 10 people in a boot camp. And then I did my first launch for Paint Party headquarters. I'd already built an email list, which, by the way, in Outer Limits, you will learn how to build an email list and how to continually build your audience. That is something you never stop. You never stop that. And then we went to our first launch of 58. And then continually, now in May, we hit 3 years. So this coming May will be 4 years that we've had Paint Party headquarters. And if I can tell you anything about building an online business, about teaching painting online, what I want you to know is that being persistent, having failures, getting back up again, you will eventually grow. You will learn. You will get better and better. But does it happen overnight? No, it does not happen overnight. I will never be the person that sits here and tells you it's real easy. Just quit your full-time job. It'll happen like that. No, I'm not going to be that person ever. I'm going to be the person that's like, no, work your butt off. Make it happen. Keep getting back up when you fail. You're going to do launches that suck, that don't work. It's going to happen. I promise you. It will happen. But then you're also going to have times when you're like, oh my gosh, I figured this out. Oh my gosh, I figured out what people need help with, and I can help them. And now I'm building this online business, and I know who I can talk to. And all of these things start to click. And then when it starts to click, it's crazy because you're helping people and they're helping you. So it's so many, many great things that can happen. Okay, this next question from New Zealand. Okay, so she has a lot of a backstory. So I'm actually going to be sharing kind of her question with you because she has a backstory of a lot of things that have happened because I asked for y'all to email your questions. So Mandy, her question is, I know there are a lot of online places I can go to help, but you're a Christian, which is very important to me, and I like your attitudes and energy. How do I get this art business off the ground? How can you help me be of good value when I am so far away with so much competition? Again, she's in New Zealand. I look forward to your answers. Blessings from the bottom of the world. Okay, so here's the thing. She says, how can I get this art business off the ground? How can you help me be of good value when there's so much competition? Okay, so how many of y'all here feel like that there is too much competition? That there's no way I can stand out online? I can't stand out online when there's so much competition. Okay. I love this so much. Okay. All right. So let me know. Nope, not a thing. Thank you, Ray. You are ahead of your time. Good job. All right. Anybody else think that there's too much competition? And then I want you to guess how many active users just on Facebook. We are not talking about Instagram. We're not talking about Pinterest. We're not talking about TikTok. We're not talking about any other social media platform at all. Oh, Cynthia, I love that. You are so real and honest. I always put much pressure on myself. Need to step back, take a deep breath, pray, and regroup. Do you know how many times I do that, Cynthia? Every week. Almost every day. That's why I write to God almost every single day, because I have to take a deep breath. I put so much pressure on myself. I am so with you. I put so much pressure on myself, and I have to remember, like, God's already ordained whatever my business is going to look like. He has already ordained it. And I have to remember, I just got to take the next step. And sometimes we try to put 50 like things on our plate in one day, and that can't happen. So I think we all need to just, breathe. Okay, so I'm not worried about competition. Oh, some of y'all are worried. Some of y'all are not worried. Awesome. Christine thinks that there's 1 million users on Facebook. Debbie billions. Okay. Sarah said, oh, I love this. She says there's plenty of bread on the bread aisle, and most of us eat some kind of bread. So a saturated market means that a market is thriving and that people are wanting a service. I know this because you have taught us this, Heidi. Yes. Oh my gosh. Think about the bread aisle. Think about when next time you will never grocery shop the same way again. I promise. Because every time you go to the bread aisle, you will be like, oh, okay, there's plenty of room for all of us. Now, there are 2.895 billion monthly active users just on Facebook. 2.85, almost 3 billion. That is just on Facebook. Okay? There's 130 of you right now watching live. 130. But almost 3 billion. You know why there's 130? Some people are going to watch the replay. Some people are at work right now. Some people don't like the sound of my voice. Some people don't want to start an online creative business. But there is something that you have to offer. And I have 130 of y'all watching, but there's 3 billion active monthly Facebook users. That blows my mind. So when you go to the bread aisle and you see all of the different types of bread, think of that as us as people and all of the different things that we are teaching, the different things that we are sharing, the different personalities, the different everything. So many different things like that. So I want you to know, and Holly's question about growing, there is a way to grow. If I would have just only went live and me and my mom was watching and I never ever studied or learned how to grow, do you think I would have almost 100,000 emails? Do you think I would have 160 something thousand Facebook followers? No, I learned how to grow. And then anytime I need to pivot, guess what? We pivot. Oh, thank you, Amy. Not everybody does. Not everybody does. And again, if you're here and you're like, I don't like this girl, I don't like what she's saying, I think her lips are too small, it's a free country. Get off the page. You don't have to stay on the page. That's the thing about this too, is that you're going to have people when you're on here that are very, very not nice. And that's okay. As soon as this live is over, we'll block them. They'll never see my stuff again. I want you to remember, as you start to build your online business, I always say, once there's somebody being mean to you, that you've made it. Like used to, oh my gosh, it would throw me for a loop. I'd be like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? But here's the thing. Once somebody, I had one of my ladies that I mentor, and she said, this is what happened. And I was like, I just kind of clapped for her. And I was like, I know it hurts right now, but you made it. Because if somebody else is noticing you, then that means you're growing. And in almost 3 billion users, you're going to have some people that are going to be mean. You could be literally giving away free puppies and there will be somebody that's going to be rude to you. It's just how it is. So we can't let all the different people, that very small percentage that is stuck in their life and they, remember, hurt people. We can't let all of those very small percentage of those people stop you from doing something really awesome that you want in your life. Because you're going to have 100 people that say you're doing a good job, and you'll have, 2 or 3 that rip you apart. Block and ban, be done with them, and then move on, because you don't have time for that kind of negativity. Okay, so let's see. Another question I can answer for y'all. All right. Hold on one second. I'm pulling these up from here. Okay, so Barbara asked, how do you advertise to get prospects, and about how much for startup cost? So whenever I first started, I I love that, Annie. She says, PPHQ, if I would have gave up on the first hater, oh my, I would not be in my dream job. Oh, it's so true. So true. I have so many, thank you, Debbie. I have so many, I've talked about this with some of my friends who have big followings online too. We've talked about, like, we should write a book. Like we a lot of times we screenshot the stuff that people have said. I actually have what's called, I'm not going to say the word in case Facebook bans me, but ASS folder. I have a whole folder, and I literally, like, there were years ago when I first started getting like really, really mean comments, and I'm only going to stay on this for a second because I don't want to give too much attention to it. But we talked about, and me and my husband, we were like, we're just going to keep that folder. And I remember I've had even in the last week, for example, I'll have somebody that sends something that is so crazy. And I'm just like, how can a human like literally say that to another human? Like if they were face to face with me, like I couldn't even imagine them saying something so harsh. And so and the reason I'm smiling, it's not that I'm just like it's so crazy. It's so crazy. And so I guess my little PSA for you is as you grow, as you get bigger, you're going to all of a sudden be doing your thing, and then you're going to get a message that is not nice. And what I do, it used to in the past, I used to try to talk and used to like try to talk it out. I remember early in my career, I actually would call and have a phone call with them because I was like, I want everyone to like me. And then I realized it doesn't matter. Like I said, you give away free puppies, there's going to be a reason why that's a bad thing. And so now I just kind of screenshot and put them in a whole folder. And sometimes, me and my friends talk about, we're like, we should write a book. Like people would have no idea that like that kind of stuff gets sent to people. And what I want you to do is just, if that happens, I want you to delete, ban as fast as possible, and don't put any energy into it. I used to let it ruin my whole week. Then it got to where I'd let it ruin my whole day. And now I literally go, oh, delete, ban, done. So I just want you to know that that's coming if you are building an online business. Again, it does not matter how nice you are. You could be giving people literally $1,000 a pop and saying, here's your money, here, go for it. And you would still have some way you're doing it wrong. So I just want to just give you a heads up that unfortunately that is a part of it, but it's very few and far between, and you can't let people do that. So as far as like advertising, what happens is, I remember when I first started my online business. Now, I was growing my email list. I had 700 emails, but I had them literally written down or printed. I didn't have an email system, and I didn't know what to do with them, but I knew I needed them. And so I would just write down. I didn't have money honestly, I didn't even know what an email system was. And so now I have 2 email systems. I have Constant Contact and I have Aweber. And at the beginning, I didn't have money to do ads, but I knew how valuable ads were. I knew how important it was to run a Facebook ad or a YouTube ad or whatever kind of ad, and to take that ad that would make it go to an email so that I could, again, collect emails, because I knew there was some kind of power in that. Anyway, fast forward, I learned from a business mentor who over a year's time, I paid $527 a month for an entire year, over almost $6,000 for an entire year. And I built an email list of 5,000 people. And I remember just thinking, okay, no matter what happens, if Facebook shuts down, if Instagram shuts down, if I get pushed off this, I still have access to contact 5,000 people. And I thought, oh my gosh, we have to make sure, it doesn't matter how many followers you have on Facebook. It doesn't matter how many Instagram people you have. You do not own those platforms. You don't. Regardless of how big our followings get, we don't own them unless you strategically figure out how to build an email list. Is what you own. You own your email list. That is your customers. That's people that have said, yes, I want to learn more from you. You own that email list. And so I remember, I see a book in the making. I remember that, I was like, okay, I have these emails. And then I didn't know what to do with them. But then I started learning. So many things. So when I had no money for Facebook ads, I spent $5 a day. And the reason I did that, I was like, I will take a night shift at McDonald's if I have to pay that $5 a day, which was $150 a month, because I knew the power of marketing. I knew the power of making a video and then sending it to more people who now, Holly, you're on here, Debbie, you're on here, Linda, you're on here. Like there's no way you would have ever learned about me or found out about me if I didn't take that time and that risk to learn, to grow, to do a Facebook ad to where more people would see me, but not just to do it so people would see me, but to do that so I could give a free gift and collect an email. And now you're going to learn more about me because it's not like you saw me one time. So you have to be strategic. There is nothing wrong in this world of starving artist mentality. I'm done with it. I don't know if you feel as fired up about it as I do, but I am so done with that starving artist mentality. We are smart. You are smart. You are creative. It's okay to be strategic in business. As long as you are ethical, as long as you are selling something that is ethical, that can help somebody else, it's almost your responsibility to learn to be strategic. Because if you can have the best of whatever, but if you don't know how to be strategic and you don't know how to market it, nobody is ever going to know about it. I had a call several years ago, and it was with this elderly lady, and she said, Heidi, she said, I'm not trying to be rude. This is that back in the day when I had first started and I was taking calls, like, somebody had a question, I'd take a call and answer them. And she goes, Heidi, I'm not trying to be rude, but she says, your art really isn't that good. I have been put in museums. I have been put here. I have been, an art winner. Like, she named all of these accolades. And I could hear it in her voice. And she was in her late 60s, probably early 70s. And she goes, but I just don't understand. How are you able to make money doing this? And I can't. And then again, she would tell me, I've been put in museums. I've been here. I've been there. And I started to, in my heart, I was like so happy for her because she is, been published author. She's been, put in the Capitol building, like all of these really, really great accolades. But she could never figure out how to not be a starving artist. And I said, I don't want to sound rude, but we can spend so much of our life doing the most beautiful art in the world. But if we don't bring any attention to how to market ourselves, how to use marketing to showcase what we're doing, how to use marketing to reach other people, if we don't spend any time on that, and that's what I find in the art world, in the crafter world, we're really great at making things pretty and painting and showing and teaching. But then we forget that marketing is 80 to 90% of all of this. So if all I did all day was only paint, which would be amazing. Not saying it wouldn't, it'd be amazing. But if that's all I did was just learn to paint, only that, and never spend any time learning how to market, how to do a video, how to showcase, how to retarget, how to do all of these different things, then I wouldn't grow a business. Now, if you're watching and you just want to do art, you don't ever want to make money from it, then you probably shouldn't be listening to any of this right now. But if you're like, I love what I do. I do it live and people love it. I do this and people keep saying I should sell it, but I have no idea how to do it. Well, guess what? If you look at your habits over the next 7 days and you notice that, you spent more time making stuff, or you went to Michael's and you went to Hobby Lobby and then you came home and you created, but you never spent an ounce reading a book, learning from somebody who's doing it, watching a video from somebody who's doing this, you never spent any of that time on that, then how do you expect to make any money at it? How do you expect to grow? You have to put just as much energy in learning how to do this side of it as you are creating. So I know that is hard. Yes, Michelle, in Outer Limits, you will be learning how to build a funnel. That's one of my favorite things to build. So much. Let's see. Debbie says, God bless you and PPHQ. You saved my business when I lost my brick and mortar during COVID. Nothing can take your online business present. Oh, thank you so much, Debbie. I'm so happy to hear that too. I know a lot of y'all. Yes. So Michelle's question, can you do this without being in PPHQ? Yes, actually, you can do this without being in PPHQ. So Paint Party Headquarters, we don't open the doors for that until March. This is our once a year outer limits. So if you are wanting to learn the online stuff, this is where it's at. It's in an 8-week course. Just put the words outer limits. We will make sure to get you the link. We have a discount, so you can actually get $500 off. It's $14.97 for the course, but you can get it for $9.97 as long as you buy it by Friday the 14th. So you have until the 14th. Okay, another question. Okay, so Julie, the other day I talked about Reels and how I've made almost $7,000 in just over 2 months using Reels. And she says, I'm interested in how to make $7,000 online doing Reels and other strategies. I saw a video of yours on Valentine Gnomes to text for info. So Julie, yes. So Reels, oh my gosh, y'all, please, please, please. Even if you don't have a business account yet, you can actually do Reels from your personal page, okay? So see my personal pages here. I can do Reels here. I can do Reels here on my personal page. So I have 62 Reels on my personal page. On my business page, wow, some of these Reels are so crazy. So crazy. And then on my business page, on Texas Art and Soul, and this is where the other day I was showing how much I've made in a few months. If you scroll down on your business, you can go to bonuses and see if you're allowed to do bonuses. And here's where I showed the first month I made over 5,000, the second month almost 1,000, and now we're at 440 on the third month. Let me see how many Reels I have now. Hold on, go back. And then here's Reels for my professional, my business account. So I have 143 Reels, and this is on Facebook. So every time those get views, comments, likes, all of that, I get paid from Facebook. So that's just one, that's on Facebook. That's just one of the many ways you're going to learn inside of Outer Limits. Great question, Sherry. What is the difference between Paint Party Headquarters and the course Outer Limits? Great question. I get this question a lot. So Paint Party Headquarters, every month you're getting new tutorials. You're getting paintings that you can use from me without worrying about copyright, all of that kind of stuff. You're also getting marketing tips. You're getting social media tips. We start the process of like how to do online paint parties. But when you go into Outer Limits, what happened is people were doing Outer Limits or they were doing Paint Party Headquarters. Or maybe you're not in Paint Party Headquarters and you just found me. And all of a sudden they were like, okay, wait, Heidi knows how to do a lot of stuff online. Like I study it every day. I read books every day. I have 2 different business coaches. I'm constantly learning. And so people started asking me these more higher level questions about funnels, about opt-in pages, about sales pages. That is not for Paint Party Headquarters. Paint Party Headquarters is about learning how to do a paint party business. Outer Limits is about the next level. If you want to really learn how to build an online business, you could be doing mixed media, you could be doing Bible journaling, you could be doing nutrition. I mean, it doesn't even have to be creative. It's just most of you are all artists and crafters. It could be anything. And that is what, like, we don't pick up a paintbrush in that entire course, and it's 8 full weeks. And if you want to learn more, just put Outer Limits and we'll give you the link, and then you can look at all the details of what's going to happen. Let's see. Reels are actually on Facebook, Instagram. They're on both. So post them on all. Let's see. Can you get monetized for Reels only on your business page or profile? Actually, they're going to start monetizing on personal pages too. So that's really, really interesting. Basically, they don't own TikTok, and Facebook and Instagram does not own TikTok, and they want people to stay off of TikTok and stay on their platform. So they are giving people money to do reels on those platforms. But you have to play the game before they just offer you money, right? Like you have to show that you're going to start doing that kind of stuff. Okay, let's see another question. Let me see what else I can answer. What are reels? Reels are just short little videos, 30 seconds or less. Literally, like, y'all, if I didn't have a reel, so like this one, for example, is just a time lapse. You just add music to it. Just like TikTok, basically. But I've committed to do one every single day. So even if y'all got to see this one. So this is called Goat with a Note. So there's this place in the UK that you can pay like $13 and they'll take any note that you want and then they're going to feed it to a goat. And they said it's all safe and it helps their farm. But I sent them this, so watch for it. I love watching goats. They're so cute. So I think they have some kind of like cornstarch paper or something, and the goats just go to town. I thought that was hilarious. So anyway, so it can be anything. Because I commit to doing one every single day, because again, Facebook is paying me for this. If I'm not sure what to post, I'll just have a picture of something and I'll add a question. And it was a pair of boots that I had tried on and thought maybe I should buy. But again, I was just like, oh, I need something to post. Okay, let's see. Calissa says, if we purchase the 8-week course, is it available after 8 weeks? Yes. Okay. So the 8 weeks, you're going to have access to it for an entire year. It's basically, so the schedule for it is, I'm trying to see if I have my schedule over here. Let me see if I can find the schedule for you. The schedule, we start on Monday, January 31st. So I say February 1st, but it's actually Monday, January 31st. So we start here in just a couple of weeks. The module comes out, it's pre-recorded. Then you have a couple of days to ask any questions about it. Of course, you have the entire 8 weeks to ask questions about it. Then I know I wish I would have got those, Debbie, those boots, but they didn't have them in my size. So frustrating. I might see if I can order them online. We used to raise dairy goats. They're the best. I know, they're so cute. Oh my gosh. We were talking about those goats, and then we were like, how can we like raise goats? We had a whole dinner just talking about goats with a note and how fun that was. But yeah, so basically every Monday, the new training drops. Now, this isn't just like me talking. It's me going, click this button, click here, do this to actually create your free gift and to gather emails through an email. Let me see if I can actually show you. Hold on one second. If you give me just a second, I'll show you. I'll show you what it looks like. And then here is, let me see if it'll let me show you. Oh, Joyce says, I'm so sad. I never set up an account to have Facebook pay me. So go to your Creator Studio. Go to your Creator Studio. And there's the link if you're wanting to learn about outer limits. You can screenshot that or you can copy it. But I'm going to see if it'll let me share my screen. And let me share what is going on. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think it's letting me share it now. Okay, awesome. Okay, so this is what you're going to get. So you get $500 off if you purchase by January 15th. You can do a payment plan, but it costs a little bit more. And then on January 15th, the price goes up to $14.97. So you're actually getting $500 off if you purchase before Friday or by Friday. Now, here again, you can look over this, but these are some people who have actually taken the course, what they've learned. And then here's what you actually get. I know a lot of times people are like, I don't really know what I'm going to get. Well, module 1, you're going to learn how to create a free gift that brings emails your way. Again, I went from 0 emails to now almost 100,000 emails. I think we have close to 90,000 emails now. Module 2, learn how to build an email list so you're always building your future buyers list. Module 3, learn how to communicate to your email list and blog so that you're attracting the right customers. In this course, you're also going to learn about SEO. You're going to learn about Pinterest marketing. We have over 1 million viewers on Pinterest every month, and it's exactly what I teach you in here. And did y'all know that Pinterest like links to your website, to your sales, like directly links to things you have for sale, links to your free gifts, which I teach you how to do. Module 4, learning how to do Facebook Lives with a purpose so that you have engagement and gain momentum before you make an offer. Y'all, if every time you saw me on a Facebook Live, if every single time all it was buy, right? We had somebody the other day. Oh, Teresa, let's say happy birthday. Tomorrow's her 59th birthday. Happy birthday, Teresa. Yeah, we got to all say happy birthday. That's awesome. If every time, like I remember somebody in Paint Party headquarters sent me a kind of mean message, and they were so upset that I was giving away a painting I had done 2 years ago on a Facebook Live, that I was giving a tracer away for it. And I thought, okay, first off, in Paint Party headquarters, I allow you to do that. So if I'm allowing you to do that, why would I not use my own stuff, right? So that was kind of weird. So I was like, okay, wait, you can do this. Like, this is my painting. I can obviously do this as well. And then a second thing is if every time, like you want to give free gifts away from time to time, like the spring bike, for example, we gave it away last year, the tracer in the video. I'm also giving it away this year. It's a very, very great way to collect emails and to get people to know if they like you, if they, it's kind of like going to Costco and you're getting a free sample of a new product, and then you taste it and you're like, oh, that's really good. And then you're like, wait, I want to go back and buy that. So it was just kind of crazy, because I think if you don't understand how to market, and then all of a sudden you just go online and you're like, buy every single time, nobody's gonna, they're not gonna know about you. They're not gonna know who you are. I noticed earlier, apparently there was somebody on here that was very mean. And for all of y'all that know me, you know where my heart is. You know what I've learned. You know what I'm teaching you. You know the value of that, because many of you have taken Outer Limits and have built a foundation for your business. And some of y'all have used what I've taught you and have actually opened up a membership and have, hundreds of people that you teach every single month. So there's so many different things about that if all of a sudden you were just every time, if, right now I'm telling you about something you can buy from me, but if every time I went live, I was telling about something that you could buy from me, you wouldn't watch me forever, right? You just like, oh man, she's selling something again. She's got something else for sale. No, you want things that you're doing and you're giving away for free. And then you're also building your email list, and you're building trust, and you're building, hey, I can help you with this. Module 3, so that's how you're communicating. Module 4, and this one right here changed my family. More people equals more customers. Okay. How to run 2 specific ads that have changed the game for my family so that more people see what you're doing. If you did what I did at the beginning and it's just you and your mom watching, that's great, but your mom's really not going to be your customer. And she might be your customer, but she's not going to be enough income coming in to support your entire business. One of the things that I am most proud of, I did this business for a long, long time by myself, and I would hire out to maybe build a website, or I'd hire out here and there. One of the things I'm most proud of is is, being able to support a lot of people. Every Monday is our payday. So today's payday. So every Monday I send a lot of money out to other people that get to help with this business who are behind the scenes. And so, a lot of times we think, oh, just building a business is selfish. You just want to make a lot of money. No, building a business can be you're providing jobs for people. If your business does get big, if your business does start to grow, you can actually, provide jobs for people. And today we sent out thousands of dollars to people who help run Texas Art and Soul and Paint Party headquarters every single week. And Marcia said, I got started with that summer bike freebie last year. Exactly, Marcia. You would have never learned about me. You would have never known what I could teach you, what I could help you with if I would have never given away that free summer bike, that spring bike. So very, very cool to know. Let's see. Marcia says, I got hit with Bell's palsy yesterday, right before I was going live. It was going to be interesting videoing, but now what it is. Definitely we'll do a giveaway, and I'll just briefly explain what happened. I'm sure that it's negative. Life goes on. CT was clear, so no stroke. Marcia, I don't know if you might already know this about me, but I had Bell's palsy, and oh my gosh, I lost my vision in one of my eyes, and it was insane. And sometimes when I'm really tired, you can see like this part of my face start to droop. So I still sometimes have issues with it. It's pretty crazy. So I'm so glad your CT was clear, because it is very scary. I remember I had just had Pixie, my daughter, and I went to take a drink and just all the water fell out of my mouth. And I went straight to a mirror and I was like, what is happening? And for over 2 weeks, like 2.5 weeks, I had to manually blink my eye. It was crazy. I had to wear a pirate patch, which of course all my family made fun of, because that's what we do. That's how we handle situations, is we make fun of each other. But yeah, so it's very scary. And I've had a few times when my vision would go away again, and it's very, very terrifying. So yeah, I hope that comes back fast, and I hope that you can get through that for sure. Okay, so here's some other bonuses that you're going to get. You're going to get importance of collaboration. And this is so valuable. One of our ladies who took it last year, who's taken it again this year, she collaborated with 12 different people inside of Outer Limits to help build her email list. I think she has over 800 emails now. And she works full time, and she's building this. How and why to build a Facebook group, affiliates, how you can make money off the products you love. So right now, the idea of you trying to sell something that you have created may scare the crap out of you. However, what if you're all of a sudden painting and you're using a stencil and you're like, hey, would you like to buy the stencil? Use my coupon code. You're getting an affiliate fee for that. It costs your customers no extra. So we have people that have made over $2,000 a month just by using that process. It's just crazy. There's just so many possibilities. A crash course on internet language you're going to get, weekly Q&A throughout the entire course. Calissa, yes, blogging is one of the income strategies. We actually talk about Pinterest, about SEO, about how you put those blogs on your website using SEO, and that brings traffic. Again, that is a long-term way to do things, but we've been blogging for years, and we make money, again, passively from that blog. Okay, is there any other questions? Again, if you want to be a part of this, if you're like, yes, I want to learn how to do this, I would love to teach you. We have the $500 off until Friday. If you want to grab the link, you can grab it here, or you can just put Outer Limits, and then we'll make sure to go back and put the link. You can take a screenshot of this. You can take a picture of it. You can actually text the word online to me here. So I'll hold this up so you can screenshot it or write it down. Just text the word online, and we'll actually send you back the link for this. Okay. So there's so much I want to teach you, but it is a different beast than totally different beast than Paint Party Headquarters. This is you learning online. This is you building a foundation for an online business. Oh, Marcia says, I signed up already. Can't wait. Oh, I'm so excited for you. Julie says, Outer Limits taught me so much. My business continues to grow in ways I've never dreamed of. Do what Heidi teaches, it works. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, Julie is doing really great on her online business. And that's the thing. It's just about keeping one foot forward, doing the very next action. There's so much potential that most people give up before it ever starts. And did I tell y'all how much, like how close I was to giving up and totally being done with Paint Party Headquarters? Did I tell y'all that story? Let me know if I told you it. If not, I'll share it with y'all. Debbie says, it is so rewarding. We are driving home right now after painting with ladies who are hurting. We painted and blessed them for free. After building your business, you can not only bless your employees and their families, but you can bless the community where you choose. Giving back comes so naturally. Love taking God's blessings and paying it forward. I love that so much, Debbie. You're such a sweet spirit. I always say that about you. You can always tell, like every time we're on a call or anything, you just light up. Let's see. Sherry says, so this is the course for me if you're teaching to start up an online business. Yes. And click the link too, just to make sure, like read over it. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Calissa, how much is PPHQ in March? It's going to be $47 a month. So at the end of March, we will open up Paint Party Headquarters again. But we only do 2 public openings. How long is each class? Great question. So each module, we try to keep it 30 minutes or less. The reason why is we get straight to it. There's no fluff. There's no trying to inspire you. It's really just, here's what you need to do. Now, if you're needing inspired, there will be times when I go live and I talk to you in a group. You actually have access to your course. It'll be either on your phone, on your desktop, in a system we call Kajabi that we pay for. But let me see here. Kind of like in Paint Party Headquarters, we have everything beautifully done in here. And then if you have access to Outer Limits, it'll be down there on the bottom. So you can see Outer Limits. We have not put anything in there yet. We're starting it. We're starting it on January 31st. But you can see, let me show you last year's, for example. You can get all of it on your phone, and it'll actually, for example, here's a bonus, how to tell your story. And this is 6 minutes long. Hey, Paint Party Outer Limits, I want to share with you. Blue's trying to French kiss me. I don't know what's going on. But there I'm showing you how to tell your story. But everything is released every week. You get the next training, and we keep it very, very simple, to the point, but exactly what you can do. And then twice a week, I'm going live for either a Heidi check-in where I'm just answering your questions. And then also I'm going live for either Tech Talk, we call it Tech Talk, or I'm going live for, what's the other one? Oh, brainstorming sessions, so that you can collaborate. Okay, so you haven't heard the story. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'll very quickly share this story, and then and then we'll wrap up. Okay, so I started Paint Party Headquarters in May of 2018. That's right. By August, I was ready to quit. We had over 100 members in Paint Party Headquarters, which for any of y'all trying to build an online business, that is a very, very, very successful online business. But at the time, I was teaching paint parties like crazy. I was helping Paint Party Headquarters members. I was going all over the place. I think I was still teaching part-time. No, I wasn't teaching part-time anymore. But I was just going like 100 miles an hour. We were not tracking our income. And I remember Bobby had just got home from work, and I was filling out an application to work for Fort Worth ISD for a school teacher. I was a school teacher for 10 years. And I was just filling out the application. There were tears coming down my eyes, and I was just ready. I was giving up. And Bobby comes in from work, and he's like, what are you doing? And it was in our other house. And I remember him leaning against the wall, and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, there's 2 art positions. I'm just going to fill this out, and I'm just going to go back to teaching full time. And he's like, no, you can't, and if you ever heard those quotes or those sayings, like, when you're almost there, it's like you're this close to being there, and most people give up. Like, you're so close to making it to the next level, but you give up. And I just got tears going down my eyes, and I'm like, no, I have to get this full-time teaching job. Like, I can't keep doing this business thing. I've been doing this for too long. It's not working. And Bobby said, Heidi, you can't quit. Like, he's been watching me for years. He's like, you cannot quit. I remember for many years, I had on my door, I had a big old poster board that said, I will make $30,000 a month. And I remember at one time a family member came over, and they just kind of saw it. It was notes for me, but they saw it. Just like over here, I have a wall of goals and dreams and notes and crazy things like that I don't share. Like, this is for me. This is for what I'm trying to create. This is for me, God. Bobby can see it, but it's not something I share openly. And I remember one of our family members was kind of like, yeah, okay, good luck with that. Like, they didn't know what I was learning. They didn't know the power of that. And now obviously, we make well over that, but it was just at the time thinking like, that was my big dream. If I can make 30,000 a month, like, oh my gosh. And at the time I was making a couple thousand a month. And then when I would do paint parties, sometimes I would make like 12,000 a month. And I thought, okay, this is working. Like, something is working. And so I started realizing, okay, yes, paint parties, I can make a lot of money doing paint parties, but there's only one of me, and I can only go to so many locations. Even if I taught 2 paint parties a day, which sometimes I did, there was still only so much of me. And so then I started Paint Party Headquarters, where I'm teaching all of you how to do paint parties. And so I started learning, and I remember Bobby said, you can't quit, Heidi. You just cannot quit. And so I said, well, we got to figure this out, because we got to figure out how much money I'm making, because why do we not have any money? And so I'm a poster board girl. So I write everything on poster boards, like big poster boards. And so we went for several months. We started writing out every single cent we spent. If we went to Starbucks, we wrote out $5.32 for a latte. Like, we literally wrote every single thing that it was painstakingly annoying, like writing everything down. He was doing it on a desk. He was doing it on his desktop, and he had it all beautiful in a spreadsheet. But my visual brain had to see it written down. So we wrote down, here's what money's coming in. Here's what money's going out. Here's what money's coming in. Here's what money's going out. What I learned over those couple of months of writing every single thing down, is that I was making just my income, not even Bobby's. I was making close to $6,000 to $7,000 a month with my paint parties, with my 100 and something people in Paint Party Headquarters. And if I would have stopped doing that and went to teaching, I would have been like dropping my income in half. I would have been taking the $6,000 to $7,000 that I was bringing to my family, and I would have dropped it down to around $3,000 a month, because I wasn't being responsible to see where the money was going. I wasn't writing it down. I wasn't looking to go, oh, maybe I shouldn't go buy that Starbucks latte because I need it. I can't afford it right now. If I want to make $30,000 a month, I need to get a plan. I need to get an action. I need to know what I need to do. And so once I saw that number, the idea, and again, nothing wrong with teaching. I taught for 10 years, but that idea of that was going to make it happen went away. Tony Robbins, he says, burn the boats, right? It was like that moment. And again, I'm not sitting here saying, quit your job and this is all going to work out. No, build up. There's nothing more stressful than trying to build your side business while you're still trying to pay your bills. Like, if you're working full-time, do your full-time and then, build as you go. But I remember at that moment, once I saw it and I saw where the money was going and I saw how much I was bringing in, I was like, game on, game on. And I've never looked back since. Have I had times where I felt like a huge failure? Yes, of course. Have I had times when I was like, oh my gosh, I am I supposed to do this? Who am I to teach you this? Yes, all the time. But then I realized, when I'm working and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just built a funnel in 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, I just tweaked this and changed this. I'm like, I know this stuff. I know it. It's like paint parties now. I can do paint parties with my eyes closed. I can build a funnel and teach you how to build a funnel with my eyes closed because I do it every single day. This isn't something I did years ago. And now I'm like, hey, try this out. No, I was tweaking stuff before I got on here live. I was doing a boomerang to go to a funnel, to do something. I mean, I was doing all of this stuff before I even went live with you because I do it naturally now because I tweak and I change and I pivot and I figure it out. And then I teach you how to do it. I give you like I talked about earlier, the recipe. I was reading in that book, The Millionaire Success Habits, the recipe. Instead of spending the next decade trying to figure this out, follow somebody who has a recipe and just mimic them. So I am so excited to help y'all. Yes, Sherry, vision boards and budget are so important. So important. I'm telling you, like my new goals over there, I'm not even going to share with y'all. But they're big. They're really big because I've reached the other goal. And now I want to reach another goal, and I think God gives us those dreams for a reason. Debbie, I love this. She said, Steve just said you have to take outer limits. Woo! I'm so happy you're going to take it, Debbie. That's awesome. Yeah, Teresa, I agree. Yeah, God was talking through Bobby. Message from the Lord. How awesome. I mean, it's so crazy. I think we look back on these times we've had and these hard things. And Sari says 30,000 a month. I couldn't even imagine. Sarah, I think everybody's definition of success is different. I don't know why God gives me these crazy, big, wild dreams. I have no idea why. I mean, me and my husband are so different. So different in the way we see the world and the way, what success is to him and what success is to me. Even our spouses have different dreams, right? I don't know why that was such a big number for me to hit. I don't know why that dream came in my heart and I felt like I had to write it on a poster board, but I looked at it every single day for several years. And then and I remember Bobby telling me, he told me this not too long ago. He said, yeah, he goes, I knew you wrote it, but I knew you were going to hit it. He goes, I don't know why I knew that. I just knew you were. And maybe it's because he saw me every day and what I was doing. What was the millionaire recipe book that you just referenced? I couldn't quite catch that. Oh, so the one I'm reading now, which it's by Dean, I think you say Gracioso. It's called The Millionaire Habits. The Millionaire Habits. And I'm about 2 chapters in, so I'm still at the beginning of the book. So I always want to read the whole book before I give a final review, but so far it has been very, very good. I've been reading it every day. Where do you find business settings? Okay, so to find Creator Studio to see if you are if you can be monetized for stuff. Let me see. I can put the link in here. Okay, it's business.facebook.com/Creator Studio. So if you're logged in, you can do it on a let's see. Oh, thank you, Sherry. I'll tell him that. He is. And he puts up with my crazy entrepreneurial spirit. I mean, if you're an artist and you're an entrepreneur, that's crazy, right? So we have a lot of energy, a lot of creative energy. So they definitely need a medal for sure. So if you're trying to figure out if you can be monetized, make sure that you go to your Creator Studio. There's always a section where it says monetization, and it can help you. Okay, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and leave it at this. If you're wanting to be a part of Outer Limits, I would love to teach you. I know it's not for everybody. But I know those of y'all that it is for you, we have it here. So remember, just click the link or put outer limits. But this is, it tells you about it. It tells you the payment. You have 4 days to make a choice if you want $500 off. We start on January 31st. So again, this isn't like I'm going to do this course and all of a sudden I'm going to, do this course again, right? This is once a year. So this course will not be taught again until next year. So if you have been thinking about this, if you have been wanting to learn how to build an online business, like I'm teaching you exactly what I'm doing every day. The stuff I did this morning before I went live, I'll be teaching you that. Calissa, the question, iPhone or Android? It depends on what you have. I'm an iPhone user all the way. So if you hand me an Android, I don't even know how to take a picture with it. Let's see. Me too, Laura. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. I'm so excited. I know this is a big step for y'all. I know that this can be scary. I remember, again, when I took that very first year of learning online business, I went to Bobby and I was like, it's $527 a month. Which again, this is just a one-time payment. It's $997 if you buy it by Friday. But I remember thinking I have to do this. I don't know why, but I know it's going to move me to the next step. I remember that entire year, I built an email list of 5,000 people. I learned so much email marketing. I learned so much about email. I learned how to interview people. I learned all of these really great collaboration things. I didn't earn a dime that entire year. I remember just being like, I didn't earn any money. That $30,000 that was sitting on my door was not accomplished yet. But I remember knowing that there was a future. I remember knowing that there was a possibility. I remember knowing that I was going to hit that goal, that I was learning the tools I needed to hit that goal. Now, did it happen right away? No. But did it happen eventually? Yes. I look back, 5 years have gone by. Am I sad that I spent almost $6,000 on that? No. Oh my gosh, it brought me to the next step, which brought me to the next step, which brought me to you. It brought me to learning the next things I needed to know. I remember teaching paint parties like a mad woman because I was like, I've got to know what is going, I've got to know this. I know this is going to help me. Did it mean that all of a sudden the next 5 years were a cakewalk and there were never times I wanted to quit? No. You heard me. I just told you the story about when I was about to quit, even when Paint Party Headquarters was already a success. You're going to have times. We talked about earlier, people who are mean and you have to ban and block them. You're going to have times when people are your biggest fans and all of a sudden they turn on you and they think that they can say whatever. It's not allowed. I don't allow that. It's not allowed. You cross a line, you say something that crosses a line, that I'm not gonna sit there and try to defend myself. Here I am. Here's who I am. You either want to learn more or you don't want to learn more. And if you don't, that's okay. If you're like, I just want to watch you paint, Heidi, stop talking business. Well, when I paint, I talk business because I feel like it's my job to teach you as an artist that you don't have to be a starving artist. There are multiple ways, not just one, not just two, many ways to make money online with your craftiness, with your creativeness, with your artsiness. So many ways. And I want to teach them to you. So if you want to learn, just type the word outer limits. If you, after this video is over, we'll put the link in the description so you can grab it. But you have until Friday to get the $500 off. So it'll make it go from $14.97 to $9.97. If you need the payment plan, you can. If you need the payment plan, go ahead and do the payment plan. If not, you can get a little bit more of a discount to make it $9.97. And we start January 31st. So I can't wait to help you. It'll be basically 2 full months. You're going to be sick of me. Hopefully not, but I'm going to be helping you so much. You'll also get a private group inside of Facebook, where I'm, giving you all the information, as well as you'll have it on your app. You'll have the whole course on your app. You'll have the whole course on your desktop, as well as a community where you can help each other build your businesses. So I am so excited. And if you want to start this video back from the beginning, as soon as I end it, we'll make sure to add this so you can start it back, and if you missed some of it. So, all right, guys, I hope this was helpful. Again, regardless if you move forward or not, keep moving forward. I want you to grow your online business if that's a passion of yours. And I'm here to help if you want me to help you. All right, I'll see you soon.